Hey, it's Jeremy from optichouse.com. So I am penciling a new illustration. I call this one Bruised, unless I come up with a better name before I end up posting the colored version. But this is from a doodle that's been laying around in I don't really have a sketchbook per se anymore. Like, I actually have several sketchbooks around the house, but I generally tend to doodle on pieces of scratch paper, just loose copy paper, because I draw so many sketches that I throw away that if I just kept a sketchbook only for sketching just everything I do, I would have stacks and stacks and stacks of sketchbooks that only had maybe 1/5 or less of the book actually had anything in it that I wanted to keep. A lot of it would just be like sketches of skull, like anatomical skulls, not drawing skulls to be cool in D&D stuff. But anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. So I was doing this doodle. I had an idea for doing this kind of Lolita girl, like this Asian girl, but instead of wanting to draw her as a particularly sexualized female, I just want to draw this girl who was defiant and badass, and I wanted to draw her with lips that weren't pouty because they were sexy. You know, I wanted them to be swollen because they were bruised. Like, she'd just been punched. I very lightly sketched in a little bit of, kind of suggested the cracks in the glass, but I think that I wanted to leave it to do really in Photoshop to try and make it look more like a real lighting effect of like glass that's fractured. But I went after it with like a broken glass and blood on her nose and just puffy, like swollen, bruised eye. And I mean, yeah, her eye does have a little bit of a sultry look to it, but I kind of really was trying to make her look, if anything, she's just angry. She's just this pissed off, surly Japanese schoolgirl who's like, yes, I am fighting. I kick ass. She's got this headless Barbie doll that she's just holding, like, just because, you know. And I like taking ideas and subverting them, as anybody who's watched any of my videos or looked at any of my other artwork, you know, could see. And I thought the idea of taking the sexy Lolita and instead just making her this angry, defiant young girl, if there's anything about her that I did want to come across as sexy, is her defiance. Is, like, for me, that's what I find interesting, is that angry, go fuck yourself attitude. That, to me, would be the appealing part to her. So, yeah, just, that's kind of what I was thinking when I did the thumbnail of this. And the thumbnail had just been laying around for, I don't know how long. I probably did the doodle well over a year ago. I've got sketches that are laying around for ideas that, you know, that's the whole point of doing these little thumbnails and saving them, because I don't know when I'm going to get around to drawing the actual thing. So a lot of times it's just a matter of I do it and I drop it into a notebook. That's the other thing. As opposed to keeping regular sketchbooks, I just draw on loose paper all the time, and then when I have something I want to keep, I punch a hole in it and I stick it in a 3-ring binder. And when I get time to draw a new drawing, I just open the binder, grab something that looks interesting, and I'm like, it's time to do this. Or, for instance, this particular piece is one that I'd had it pinned above my drawing board for a while, just because her face and her attitude really struck out in my mind. So I wanted to come around to do it. This is one that I kept coming back to, like, when can I do this? And I actually was trying to look at pictures of hair online. It's funny, a figure drawing class I take on heads, hands, and feet with Carl Ganas. There were some poses where we were drawing each other in the class, and I had like almost a rear angle, like it was a profile kind of from the back, and I was just so grateful to be able to study the woman's hair because she had it in a bun, because guys don't pay as much attention to that as we should. So I've been trying to focus more on that and learn how to draw hair better. Anyway, that's it for now. Check out my website, optichouse.com, and go be creative.